Hello. Okay, so this is a scarf that I made using a strange little technique where 2 Tunisian hooks are used to make. And if you crochet, you can make this. If you knit, you can make this. And my husband, well, first of all, here is the original video I made right here of this, and you can go and check it out. I just wanted to kind of revisit that video, and I was telling my husband I was playing with that stitch again, and he goes, oh, the Tun-Knit-Chet. And I go, that's it. That's what it needs to be called, Tun-Knit-Chet. So now we are affectionately calling it Tun-Knit-Chet. You do not have to call it that. But I had this one ball of yarn here that I got for free, and I just didn't know what to do with it. It's just 430 yards. It's fingering weight, so it's not very much. And I kept playing with one pattern after another and not falling in love with it. And that's when I was like, oh, wait a minute. What about that Tunisian knit crochet thing I did? I went back and watched my video, and I'm like, that's it. That's what I need to do with it. And it creates this beautiful, almost chainmail type stitch. If you can see that. It's almost a chainmail stitch. I can't properly describe it, but it's very lacy, very flowy and slinky. I absolutely love it. So at the end of the video, I will show you this all tried on and everything. But in the meantime, let me show you how I made this scarf with 2 Tunisian crochet hooks. So in the first video I made several years ago, I was using 2 regular crochet hooks that were only 1 or half a size off from each other. These are half a size off from each other. So this is a 5 and a 5.5. But now I have Tunisian hooks, and of course they're still going to be off size because unlike knitting needles, crochet hooks just come in 1, and so do Tunisian hooks. But these are just a half size. These are vintage. And so the sizes are a little bit strange. Well, not this one, 3 1/4 and 4 1/4. So I'm going to make my scarf with this. And of course, this gorgeous fingering weight yarn that's basically like a thread that I got from Expression Fiber Arts. Any fingering weight thread will work for this. As you can see, these are both fingering weight. This one here is a little looser. It's wool. This is acrylic, so it's a little more tightly spun, but any fingering weight, and here are, it's a 3 light. So there we go. Let's just jump right into this. If you never caught the first one, you can watch this one and actually make a project with me. So we're going to start like with regular crochet. And work your slip knot. It doesn't matter which needle or hook you use, the skinny one or the thicker one, doesn't matter. I'll grab the thin one. Then you're going to take your other hook and just lay it across like that. See how it's just resting? So take a minute to configure yourself. Go ahead and tension your yarn like you would if you were just going to be regular crocheting, and take your other hook and just rest it right on top. Now go ahead and come over the top of the the hook, yarn over and pull through. Now come around the bottom of the hook, yarn under and pull through. The top of the hook, yarn over and pull through. The bottom of the hook, yarn under. In other words, you're going to take your hook and put it right on top of your work and pull through. Each one of these V looking stitches is 1 stitch, by the way. So over the top, pull through. Then we come around the bottom, yarn under, hook on the way back, and pull through. Yarn over, pull through. The bottom of the hook, yarn under, and pull through. Over, under, over, under. So now we have made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need 30 stitches for this, so you really do need some Tunisian hooks for this. And you don't necessarily have to work if you 4 1/4 is a hook size that doesn't really exist anymore. So grab yourself a 4.5 or a 4 millimeter and then get a 3 1/4. So, or you can get a 4.5 and a 4 millimeter and a 4.5 millimeter, and it's still going to work out the same. These are pretty loose stitches, so you don't have to worry about all that. Okay, let's get back into the rhythm. There we go. Over, under, over, under, over, under. So I didn't complete a whole stitch right here. That's not a problem. Just pull this out, unravel these to the one I messed up on. There we go. I need to go under. Or did I mess all the way up? Probably. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this is 7, 8, 'Lost my stitch there. 9, 10, 11. So remember, a stitch isn't complete unless it looks like these little V's. So I'll be right back. I'm going to finish casting on the rest of these foundation stitches, and I will be back whenever I have 30. My whole Tunisian hook will be filled all the way across. So I have 29, and this makes 30. Whenever you're done, slide your stitches up just so you have a little slack. And the stitch left on your hook comes right over the top of the needle, and that's where it lives. Just like that, you give it a little tug to bring it close to the hook. Now you switch sides. This, you always want to kind of keep these at the top. Now this one here, we tension up, and this one will rest on top of our working yarn. So here's how we work out this particular stitch for the scarf I'm making now. I named this the wheat stitch. It just looked like little tufts of wheat, so that's why I call it that, little heads of wheat. Okay, on every single row, you're going to yarn over and pull through the first 2 stitches. So yarn over and pull through those first 2 stitches, just like that. Now we're going to come under the hook again, and we're always going to work over and then under to complete a stitch. Over starts the stitch, under completes the stitch. So now we come under and we yarn under again, just like we did before, and we're going to pull through 3 stitches. So you can see we have our little V's. We have 1 stitch all by itself, and we have a V, which looks like 3, right? So we're going to call it 3. So we're going to pull through all 3, 1, then 2 and 3. So it looks like we have 3 right there. Now the next stitch, we come up and we just pull through 1 this time instead of pulling through 2. We only pull through 2 at the start of each row. There we go, pull through 1. Now we still have one on our hook because we just created that one. We come under and we pull through what looks like 3. It's not actually 3 stitches, it's just 2 stitches, but it looks like 3 because this V stitch here is always wide open. So let's keep going. And your stitch should always look like there are 3 on there. So now we come over the top and we pull through just 1, come around the bottom, pull through what looks like 3. At the top, 1, pull through what looks like 3. Pull through 1 from the bottom, pull through 3, 1 at the bottom, pull through 3. There we go. 1, 3, 1, 3. There we go. I don't want to repeat myself too much because I'm probably already sounding a little bit annoying. Oops, lost my stitch. So that's easy. When you lose your stitch, just pull it right on through. No problem. And I will show you how to undo a whole row if you need to undo a row because maybe you missed a stitch, the row below. I'll show you how to undo that and pick your stitches right back up. So we pull through 1 when we're over the top, then we come around the bottom and pull through what looks like 3 over and over again. 1, 3. I think I split my yarn on that one. Yeah, a little bit. 1 and 3. Here we go. Once you are a few rows in, it's easier and faster, especially because you kind of have it down pat. But also you just have something to hold on to. And don't worry about your tension or anything like that. All the stitches are going to be the same size. This is really kind of foolproof. It's almost hard to mess this one up because you really don't have to worry about your tension or anything. Your crochet hook that you're wrapping your stitches around, this creates the tension. This creates the size of your stitch. So your stitch isn't necessarily going to be determined on how tight you're holding your yarn or your thread. It's really on what size hooks did you pick. Go, just slide it down if you need more room. Did I do it again? Yeah, there we go. It is a bit fiddly the first couple of rows. After that, it really does start to pick up and get easy. And then it becomes addictive. Somebody mentioned in the original video that they made a whole blanket just by making strips like this and then sewed them together. So once you get the hang of it, which I'm working really slow just because this is an instructional video. I have played with this stitch quite a bit. In fact, I had the scarf a quarter done before I decided to unravel the whole thing and jump back on here and show you guys an actual tutorial with this kooky little thing, this kooky stitch. So that wasn't a problem. The work actually works up quite quick. And okay, now we come to the end. We worked our last official stitch and now we've got 2 bars left on the hook. So you're going to come over the top and pull through just 1 bar, come around the bottom and pull through 2 bars, and now you have 1 left on the hook. Slide your stitches up and bring this over the top, just like that. There we go. Yeah, I wanted to find something to do with this. I found a couple of patterns, but I wasn't in love with the patterns, and I needed to find something to do with this yarn. Can you tell it has sparkle in it? And then I'm like, oh, you know what? Let me revisit that little cookie video I made, and maybe that'll be the ticket. And you would think that something like this, wait till you see how it looks when it starts to build up. It looks like it could be a yarn eater, but it's not, because essentially all you're making is chain stitches. That's all you're doing. No single crochet, no double crochets. There's no thickness or chunkiness. It's just chains. It's just pulling one stitch through another over and over again. Okay, let's start the next row, row 3. Push all your stitches up. Tension your yarn like regular crochet. and then start working. Remember, the first stitch of every single row, you pull through the first two. After that, you just pull through one. So we yarn over and we pull through the first two. Every row is like that. Now, because I pulled through the first two, I pulled some thread through. So now I have three, what look like three stitches to work through. It's just two though, this one and this one. So now we come around the bottom, yarn over, pull through what looks like three. The top, we just pull through one. The bottom, we pull through, again, what looks like three. And I'll continue to work a little bit slow. And then once I think maybe you got it, and of course you can always rewind, I'll pick up the pace a little bit. And it's really a quite addictive stitch. Oh, I got to slow down. It's fun. What I've been doing lately is I like to watch travel videos of people in the US and in other countries, drive around different towns and villages and essentially give like a driving tour of these towns and villages in other countries and here in the US. And I am so addicted. So I got through a quarter of my scarf watching those videos. So fun. So now whenever I make this, I think of those videos. I go back to the fun I had watching those videos. I like that one channel I watch, he gives the stats of the cities and towns he goes to. So he gives you the demographics, the financial breakdown, how much houses usually, sell for and how much they usually rent for. Unemployment, like he gives you the full stats of the town you're in. And then he gives you, while he's driving around showing things off, he gives you a history of the town. And I absolutely adore it. Because I don't really have to watch it to feel entertained. I can just listen. But then whenever I do look down, I see these amazing towns and villages. Okay, so the next row, I'll work it a bit faster. Then I'll work a few of these up and come back and show you the progress. And of course, at the beginning of the video, you saw the completed scarf. And I'll show the completed scarf again here at the end, toward the end. I have to keep reminding myself to not work so fast because people are trying to observe. Okay, so at the end, whenever we just have two left on the hook, pull through one, come down to the bottom, and pull through two. And don't worry about if this looks stretched out or anything like that. It works out. You can't tell. Then we slide all of our stitches to the top and go ahead and pull that over just like that. Okay, keeping our stitches to the top. Now this one here, I'll work it a little bit faster, and you can see that when you have some length on it, it really does get easier. Plus you have it established in your mind what you're going to do. So the first row, the first stitch of every row, we pull through two, come down the bottom, and pull through what looks like three. At the top, we just pull through one now for the rest of the row. At the bottom, pull what looks like three. Pull through what looks like three. Okay, now I'm just going to work and you can observe. Now I will pick up the pace just a little bit so you can see that you can work this at a quite relaxed pace. Try not to squeeze your tension too tight. That way you can pass the thread around very easily. And again, your hooks are going to determine the size of your stitch. But you can see I lost a stitch there. Not a problem. Remember, I am going to show you, I'm going to unravel one whole row and show you what it looks like to put that row back on your hook. So that way you don't get nervous if you do what I just did. That's my washing machine singing its little song. Okay, now at the end of the row, every time we have 2 strands on the hook. We come around the top of the hook and we pull through just 1. Come around the bottom of the hook and pull through 2. Come to the top and there you go. Okay, I'm going to work up a few more rows of this and then I will unravel one row and show you how you can do that to fix any errors. So I will be right back. Okay, so I have a few more rows worked up and I do have an error right here. I missed 1 bar and so that created an opening. And you can really see how these stitches play out. Why it looks like a yarn eater, but look at that. It's not. It's very lacy and it's very squishy and it's very drapey as well. Look at this. Isn't that pretty? But I'm going to show you how to remove a row or 2 to fix an error if it's just bothering you. Like that one there is really bothering me. I can just see it. So you're just going to go ahead and pull them off like this, carefully, of course. Don't let them unravel yet. Sort of like with Tunisian crochet. Okay, and my bad spot is right here. So I'm going to carefully pull. And it looks like I'm going to need to go another row down. Here is my bad spot. So I'm going to pull until I get to that point right there. Go into all the loops exactly as they're shaped. See how you can see the little V's? From the top here, it looks like little hearts, like that. So you want to try to go in them precisely as they are laid, just like that. See how I'm keeping that V shape? Okay. So these are actually going to be on this side. So now what I need to do, flip this over like this. Make sure my thread is on that side. And now I need to pick up these stitches here with my other hook. Go into the first stitch. And then just keep that V shape. I know it's so quiet, I'm concentrating. To me, this looks like another error spot. Or maybe, no? Looks like an error spot. So I think I'm going to unravel it to that point. So I must have just made little mistakes. Because you see, that's not a stitch. I'm not sure what that is. But I will just unravel my work to this point here. Flip it around this way and pick up these stitches. So now I have unraveled 2.5 rows. And picked my stitches back up. So I picked it up to the point where I already have one stitch half worked. So now I just have to come under here and complete the stitch. And now I can continue on, and there won't be anything that bothers me to look at because there's no weird gaps anymore. But yeah, it looks like it should be a yarn eater, but it's not, because as you can see, all we're doing is yarning over, pulling through, yarning over, but we're not creating a lot of bulk. It's very lacy. But it just, when the work is resting, look how much like knitting this looks, by the way. Whenever it's just resting, it doesn't look very lacy, but it really is. There you can see that. It is really quite lacy. And it's not a yarn eater. Okay, I've got one stitch half worked. I'll just complete it. Just pull through one when we get to the end. Come underneath and pull through 2. Come to the top and slip it over. Turn our work and continue on. Always pull through 2 on the first stitch of every new row. Then come to the bottom and pull through what looks like 3. Then 1. Then what looks like 3. And we're off to the races. Okay, so I just wanted to check in with you with my progress so far. Let me pan the camera out a little bit. Go. So it's coming right along. I'm super excited. It's really stretchy in every direction. And also started making a scrubby. Whenever I saw how, it makes a really lacy drape. But whenever I saw how opened and almost like chain mail, like chain link mail it was, I thought to myself, wouldn't that make a wonderful scrubby that would hold suds and get so foamy So I grabbed some, went to Walmart and grabbed some of the Red Heart Scrubby, and I grabbed I happen to have two vintage 5mm Tunisian hooks, and I just started making a scrubby. So I'll be making a scrubby, but I wanted to jump on here and also show you how to do a increase and a decrease, because the first video of this technique that I had come out with, somebody said, now all we got to do is figure out how to do an increase and a decrease so that you can make shawls and you can shape things. And so I did just that. So let me zoom it back down for you and show you how to do an increase and a decrease. Okay, so to work an increase, just go ahead and start your row. And I would say if you want to decrease on the edge, then start with the first official stitch and not the two that we always just pull through. So you know your first stitch of every row, you're just going to yarn over and pull through the first two strands that you see. That's how every row starts. Then go ahead and complete your stitch like that. Now if you want to work a decrease, just pull through all 3 loops. Come around and pull through the stitch like regular, and then just keep working by pulling through 1 strand, coming around the back and pulling through 2. Okay? And there you have worked a decrease, and it's not really that detectable. So let's undo that. And to pick up your stitches, just look for the little heart shape and go through the front of the loop and then the back of the loop to recreate that V. Front of this loop and then through the back of this loop. You're sort of weaving in and out like this. Through the front, then through the back, front, then in through the back. There we go. And then pick up the 2 loops on the end, just like that. Now to work an increase, again, I'm going to work my first 2 loops off the hook as usual. Then come around and complete that first stitch. So to work your increase, you're going to work through your first loop as usual, come around the back and just pull through 2 loops. The first loop and then split the V in half. Come around the front, work through 1 loop, then come around the back, work through 2 loops, then start working your stitches as normal, pulling through 3, pulling through 1, and pulling through 3. And that is how you increase a stitch. So I'll undo all that, but I just wanted to jump on here and show that to you real quick so that you could see how to do. Now the increase part is a little complicated, so you know what? I'll show you one more time. I'll be right back. Okay, so to work your decrease, you're going to pull through the first loop, come around the back, and pull through just 2, splitting that V in half. Now come around the front, pull through 1 loop, come around the back, pull through 2. You have created a whole new stitch. Come around the front, pull through 1, come around the back, and start working your stitches as normal. And that's how you create an increase. So we went and created a hole, and there is a little bit of a hole there, but we created a whole new stitch. So that's how you do a decrease and an increase in this fashion. Okay, I'll be back whenever I am all done with my scarf. And it's just in time because nights here in the desert are starting to get a little bit cold. So I'm looking forward to having this airy, lacy wool scarf that will keep me warm without making me too hot. Be right back. Okay, so I'm all done. Now I want to show you how we bind off. It's very easy. So just like before, we're going to yarn over. So now we're just going to work with 1 hook. We're going to yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops. Just like that. Now you'll want to do this fairly loose. So draw up a little bit and pull through what looks like 3, but remember this V is 1 stitch. So we don't want that to be tight because it will cinch and buckle. Yarn over, pull through 2, but it looks like 3. Yarn over, pull through 2, everything done loose. It already wants to kind of try to buckle. So we have to do it loose. Just like that. Definitely want to keep it super loose. You can see I'm drawing up on that loop before I pull through. Let me come down a little bit here for you. I apologize. And I draw up on that thread a little bit and before I pull through. That is nice and loose. That's perfect. Okay, almost done. I'm so excited for you guys to see the final results, although you kind of already did at the beginning and in the thumbnail. So before I get on to the final results, I do need to block this a little bit because it's just not quite as long as I want it to be, but I am using a wool thread, so I will be able to block this and get some more length out of it. So I'm going to do that simply by soaking it and letting it sit for a minute and squishing it through. Then I'm going to squeeze the water out without wringing it, then lay it on a towel, roll it up, probably step on the towel, and that should make it grow. It'll probably make it grow in width as well, but that's okay. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so you have to forgive me. It's Arizona. I don't really have any like normal coats. One day when we leave Arizona, I will. But I do have a couple of jean jackets I'm going to try this on with because I envisioned this color with jean jackets and a black top. But first, I just wanted to show you with just like a regular cardigan, even though, I mean, is it a cardigan? So, okay, it is blocked. So it gained some size and I absolutely just love this stitch pattern. It reminds me of chain link, you know, like chainmail is what I mean to say. Oh, put it on like this. Curve it, bend it. Can't speak right. There we go. Very cute. Close this up and pretend it's a whole cardigan. And there you go, very cute. I need to get my little mirror so I can see what I'm doing, a little bit at least. Oh, that's so cute. I love the color. This stitch is so lacy. Oh my goodness. It is so lacy. Okay, oh, another way to wear it. Put it on like you're gonna put it on backwards and then around the front. There you go. And you can wear it like under your cardigan like that. You know, if you want to keep the breeze out, if you live in like New York City or something. I wouldn't know out here in the friggin' desert where it's nearing the end of October and my air conditioner is still running. Okay, this is my jean jacket that I got from the Levi's store over at the mall, and it's too big. First of all, it's a men's jacket, so it's not got that lady cut where it's kind of cut diagonally to the waist. And it's too big. I have my son James's jean jacket there, and I'll try it on too to see how both of them look with this color. Okay, yeah, this jacket is so big on me. It's practically brand new. I bought it like 4 years ago and it's still so stiff. I've never washed it. I only wore it a couple of times. I had to roll the sleeves up because it's just too big. our Levi's store, they did have women's jean jackets, but they were all too small. So I went with the men's. And oh, that is really nice with the jean jacket. That is exactly, I don't think I need to try James's on. That looks so nice. James went with a light denim. I like the dark denim myself. And yes, oh my goodness. So this kind of brown looks really nice with these denims. I love this stitch, this technique so much. I'm so addicted to it. I'm already starting on my third project with it. I'm making another scarf. I'm using this like super duper fluffy yarn. I'll show you the yarn I'm using. It's not the same color, but it is from Yarn Bee, and it's called Ethereal Eyelash. It calls for a 5mm hook, and it has 180 yards if you want to know all of that. I am using 2 different Tunisian hooks, 2 different sizes. I have like size 2, size 8s, but they were just too heavy for both hands to hold. So I went with my little wooden ones and had to go kind of off on the sizes, but I'm using a size 9 and a size 8, and this is 18 cast on stitches, and I lost one. Hang on. Lost one. There we go. And that is going to be so stinking fluffy, and it's barely grown, but look at how this, I can't explain it. This stitch is so lacy that everything is so drapey, even stuff made with bulky weight yarn. It's just drapey. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. It's just super duper lacy. You can see that lace. My goodness, I don't want to lose any more stitches. But yeah, I'm super excited about this now that I'm really playing with it. Okay, so that's all. And let me know what you think and if you're going to make something with it. I also have my washcloth going. I did size down in the needles. I started over again and sized down in the needles because it was just too lacy with the scrubby yarn. I can stick my whole finger. I'm like, I wanted to hold suds in, not rinse them right out. So I went with the smaller Tunisian hook. And so that's it. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. The next video you see is going to be another re-upload from my old channel. And then after that, I think everybody was so excited about me working up, trying to recreate from this book. And I think I'm gonna do another one from this book. So that's why I haven't put it away. I left it out in my workstation. Okay, guys, thanks so much for watching. Love you lots. I hope you make a scarf or a washcloth or something with this stitch. I'll see you later. Bye.